Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Who Even Asked podcast. Today's episode, we talk about feet. So if you're into that, stick around, but don't get too excited. It's probably not what you think. Most of today's podcast is really about nutrition and what to look for on nutrition panels, as well as some of the sneaky tricks that the product companies use to get your attention while you're in the supermarket and the claims that they're making, and making sure you know how to use the nutrition information panel on the back of the packet to get a better idea of what's actually in the product, how many calories the product is. We talk about serving sizes, as well as some of our favorite snack ideas when it comes to low-cal snack options. Life updates, guys. What's news?
Shit, what was I going to say? I was going to say, we painted the gym. We painted the gym black. That's like been annoyingly one of those things that I've wanted to do for a while, but Sasha was only convinced when Maddie brought it up, not when I brought it up about 18 times over the last 6 months.
Did you hear we're getting mirrors in too?
Yeah, right. Bad idea when I come up with it, but apparently great idea now. So yeah, we painted the gym black. I think it's, look, honestly, the biggest realisation, although our paint job was not as professional looking as the previous gym, we found out that we paid quite a lot for the last paint job compared to what. Well, I guess, look, if you work it out, it was 2 people, 6 hours of work on a weekend.
What we saved is labour.
We saved a lot of labour.
Yeah. We did it ourselves.
But
the actual cost of comparative was 10 times. We spent 10 times less money doing it ourselves.
Yeah, and it's not 10 times worse. It's only probably like 3 times worse.
It wasn't that bad. We had a really funny system, which is honestly almost impossible to describe on an audio or even make it the YouTube video.
Just give us like a demo.
No. Like how we put the tape up for the line.
Oh yeah.
The system
we also didn't do it the safest way.
I was going to say this would have been.
No. So what we did was we stacked up 2 boxes.
Oh, God.
I stood on those 2 boxes with the tape, and then I put a line of tape on, and then Corey got another set of boxes, like 3 boxes of the other smaller ones, and put them next to me, and then I just walked across.
And then I kept moving
and then
the previous
he kept moving
ones
the boxes
around.
So we had this.
Oh my God.
And I just, honestly, the hardest part was keeping my hands up for
while
what
he's
was probably
moving
10
the
minutes.
boxes.
Yeah. But
and in retrospect, it didn't actually make
straight
sense for you to be doing the tape, because you
You're
had to
taller.
reach a lot more. We had to use more. The danger was that we have 2 big boxes.
Yep.
That was fine. They're pretty stable. They're like massive wide boxes. But then the second set of boxes was like a set of 3 smaller boxes that are wobbly as fuck. So we probably could have done a lot safer if I had just done it, and we probably only needed 2 boxes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't want to take that risk. I think if one of us dies, out of the 2 of us, it probably should be you. So it was the smart choice.
Really?
I think, at the time. Yeah.
What's your justification behind that?
I think it's that, in other parts of our lives, Corey engages in more risk-taking behaviour than I do. So
it evens it out. You're right.
So
have you ever been skydiving?
We're evening out the odds. No, I haven't. I want to.
But you've got, with those shoes, you've been running quite fast lately, so that's pretty risky.
You should have seen his program.
Have you seen these new shoes, guys? I got new shoes. And if you're watching, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple,
Just
imagine the whitest shoes, because they're brand new. And I've actually got heaps of marks on them already.
Yeah. He's been zooming around in those things quite dangerously, without a care in the world.
Yeah. I think
I've got speed limit on those bad boys.
3 speeding fines just from these shoes. That's all right.
A few near crashes, but other person's fault usually.
Other life updates? Whoa. Did I have one? I can't remember.
You just painted with me.
Yeah.
That was
Mine
our
was
weekend.
also painting. Yep.
Mads?
My other life update is the Creamy.
Oh, yeah.
The Ninja Creamy. Laurie's gone and got a Ninja Creamy, which if you don't know what that is, it's this machine that essentially makes ice cream out of frozen items. So you blend up, we did mango sorbet, Laurie did mango sorbet. So you just blend up mangoes and put a bunch of other ingredients in. I think it was it's protein powder in there as well. And then the machine spins a blade really fast, and I actually haven't seen it happen in real life yet, and makes it into either sorbet consistency or ice cream consistency if you've got the right ingredients in there. So we've been experimenting with that, and we've been spending all our spare time watching YouTube videos about recipes that we can make.
TikTok's the best for the recipe videos.
Yeah.
There's so many. Did you do it the night before?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it's quite allowed.
It's very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you have it running overnight, or is it like
No.
noticeably?
You don't have it running
Running
overnight.
You just leave it
freeze
to set.
Ah.
So
Yeah,
it's not
the
a snack
actual
that you can
thing-
have like, oh, I feel like it now. Because
Yeah.
if you haven't done the prep work, you can't.
What? So how long does the machine need to be on?
It takes like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. I thought it was like a slow sort of
No, no,
process
no.
that you leave to do
it's
its
like-
thing.
Like 10
Ah,
minutes
cool.
max and you're done. But you need to have the frozen tubs ready to go. You need to plan those frozen tubs out. Yeah. What was your life update, Mads? What did you do?
Well, my life update is like kind of like your new shoes.
You like them?
No, I said my life update.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yep.
Anyways.
Wow.
That's not that big of a deal for Mads, the shoes, but
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Other
just
feet
remembered.
related stuff. So I've been wearing these like toe separators.
I love
Yuck.
it.
Yeah, to separate my fourth and my fifth toe because my little pinky toe is like curling underneath.
Mine actually does the same thing. I don't need toe separators. I just think about spreading them every now and again.
How the fuck do you think about spreading your
Got it
toes?
right
I can't even.
I can't
even move
No one can purposely move their fifth
Straight
toe.
away, he's like, I'm doing
You
it right
cannot
now.
move your fifth. Nah.
No, but like you're.
What? That's what the fuck? You actually can.
How do you get it so
I'm
far?
trying right now. I can't even.
I cannot.
I gross
That's a
people
party
out.
trick.
That's it
How?
closed, and that's it open.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder yours can breathe. Mine fucking
Yeah,
can't.
my fifth
Yeah.
toe, I can't get it separated
Yeah.
from the fourth at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what led you down this path, Mads?
Well, the problem, the problem that I'm having, which is like way too much TMI, but it's like I'm gonna get like athlete's foot or
I've been there.
yeah, like I'm just having some little
What's it
things
called?
between
Like
my.
bunions? Is that what they call
No, it's
bunions?
not a bunion.
It's just that like they're so jammed together. That There's no,
just, like,
there's
doesn't
no way
breathe.
for them to not be moist.
Exactly, and like when we wear like socks and shoes pretty much the whole day,
Yeah. It's eye industry. Yeah.
yeah, like
Very
they're
nice.
just not getting any like airflow or anything. So you should really scrub your feet. Not that I like never wash my feet, but I don't know why.
That video
Apparently
we
it's
did.
really common because like I did Google it just to make sure that I wasn't like that much of a freak. So yeah, I've been putting like this anti-fungus cream.
Oh, okay. You could have just said, I'm just using these spaces. That's all it needed to be.
Yeah, but like if I reckon other people are going through this, and like if I'm
100%.
not transparent about it.
I did for a while.
Yeah.
But should I mention the guy from my course?
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, because now I said
Oh no, but no, I
Not
feel
by
like
name, but-
not by name,
Oh.
but I obviously finished my remedial massage course last year, and there was someone in my course that had like pretty serious case of tinea going on. But you, like, if you let it keep going on, like your toes go yellow,
Yeah,
and
it
you
just
can't
grows and grows
you
and
can't
grows.
reverse it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and it's probably actually really common. So
Yeah, I reckon. Like
let's talk about it.
the
yeah.
amount of people that say like, "Oh yeah, I've had bunions and stuff," like it must be pretty
I
common.
think bunions is something else though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Not
that's like
fungus.
no, it's not fungus.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
so.
never personally
growth,
had
isn't it?
foot problems.
Yeah, it's a growth.
But I do find it so weird, and I don't know if everyone has this, but like how little the nail is on your like fifth toe.
yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
It's like, what are you even doing there?
Yeah.
No, but like some people actually have like a full nail, but like I go and get a pedicure done, honey, no toenail. And they're like,
What do you want me to do with this? Yeah, it's not big enough. Like,
yeah, they're just kind of looking at me
just
like,
put a little texture mark on it or
what should
something.
I do? Like, you literally can't get the nail
No.
Yeah, yeah.
brush on there.
Yeah,
It's
you
too
just
small. I'm painting skin.
yeah paint the skin so it looks like you have a nail. Surely that's a thing.
Yeah, it is a
Just
thing.
super glue a nail onto the skin or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I feel like we don't even
Can't
need
sell
that toe.
feet
It
pics
causes
after
more
this.
drama than what it's
No,
worth.
we need it.
For what? You've just...
It
Stability.
doesn't, but that,
No,
my
it's like-
toe's so small, that doesn't balance me out at
No,
all.
I reckon-
Like, if
Can
that
Can you
was
imagine how
gone-
much more balance you'd have if you had good proprioception of your fifth toe?
Well, imagine if it just didn't curl under.
That's what I mean. Like,
That's what I'm working on. Some toe spaces.
yeah. And that I guess is probably the like majority of the barefoot movement, which I think maybe is too far the other direction, which always happens, right? Like people go completely the other direction. It's like I need barefoot shoes, blah blah blah.
People don't like to accept.
You know what? Like
that something can be good,
Yeah.
but also not be life changing.
yeah.
It's like no, this thing is life changing. It's like
Everyone
no,
needs
it's
to know
not.
it. Yeah.
It's like neutral.
It enhances a little bit of your life.
Yeah,
but it's not.
enhances, but not like to a degree
Changes
where you
it.
need to be like raving
You know what
about
I
it.
think?
Yeah, like-
instead of doing, I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with barefoot shoes, but I reckon majority of people that probably won't go and get barefoot shoes because let's face it, most of them are hideous, right? That they should just be spending more time without shoes on,
Yeah.
right? And then just also being aware of the fact that they need to use all of their foot.
Yeah.
Do
That's actually
people
what
wear
it is.
shoes in the house? Is that a thing?
Yeah, because so many
Yeah.
people don't
Yeah.
take their socks off when they get home and then they'll wear socks to bed. So the only time
Yeah.
your feet are getting like airflow is when you're in the shower or like
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
I
which
never
is a
thought
very
that.
small part of the day.
Yeah.
But
I
now,
think-
as soon as I'm out of shoes, like my socks are coming off.
Really?
My cream's
bit
fine.
cold.
And your cream's going on.
Just
So
leaving a
much
trail
afraid
of foot marks around the floor.
No, don't laugh.
No.
Put a plastic
Is there a
bag on.
snail in the house?
I'm just walking around bagged. They're not going to get airflow that way, are they?
It's a weird thing, yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably worse this time of year because people would wear socks to bed if it's
Well, yeah.
cold in the house.
I don't know
I
who
can't wear
sleeps
socks.
with... Nah,
No.
no
Laurie
way.
does.
To bed?
Oh,
No.
no.
Socks to bed,
my
I can't.
God. If my feet aren't rubbing together in the middle of the night on each other...
Do you do that?
Yeah.
I think I do it. I
Do you
might
do
do
it?
that.
Maybe that's why you got all these problems. You got to stop rubbing your feet.
No.
Like a mouse,
Just
like-
like the... No.
Where is this going?
It's just like the top. Like they rub across the...
Is that how you relax yourself? I think it's the thing, because I do
Yeah.
it as well, but I think I'm autistic, so.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe... I don't
I'm
know.
learning a lot today about you two.
Yeah. No, yeah, you do that in your
I
sleep.
didn't
Yeah.
know this.
Yep. Yeah.
Which
Alright,
you're going to
people-
go home tonight and wiggle your little feeties.
No, I'm going.
Yeah.
I've never had foot problems. I want to keep it that way. I'm not changing anything.
Do you want to hold feet? We'll give it to him, mate.
Oh, shit.
Let's get to our actual question, because
Yes.
we've been talking about
Correct.
feet for way too long.
Oh,
Which is the whole topic of low-calorie snack ideas, and also we want to go into some of the misconceptions / marketing tricks that some businesses use to trick the consumer, you guys, us, to buying products that they think are better for us, but really probably aren't. Yeah.
Oh, like what we were doing the other day with Half-Life?
Oh, we agreed not to talk about it.
Oh, shit, no one
Yeah.
filled me in.
Yeah.
I didn't. What?
That's all right.
Anyways, we'll just cut this bit out.
No, oh, that's fine. Yeah. So, your favourite, each of us, favourite low-cal... I'm going to think now, because
Yeah.
I actually
I think
don't feel like I'm in a situation very often where I'm trying to have a low-cal snack.
I'm not often very low-cal,
Yeah.
but I think that if I was to, like one snack that I really do love that just happens to be low-cal is jelly. I think jelly's a really
Jelly's
good
a
one.
massive hack, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
because you
big
can
hack.
get sugar-free jelly and it's like
Yeah, it's
almost
like
no
not-
calories.
But even the regular sugar one, like
Is
it's
actually not many calories
Not that
either.
many
Yeah.
anyway. But like you go, regular or sugar-free.
Jelly just doesn't like fill me up. Like, do you
No.
get full on it, or like
But wait,
does it
how
satiate
do you guys eat your jelly? Do you let it go? Because this is a weird thing, I think. I let it go back to liquid in my mouth and swallow it. Like it's in
Oh,
my
yeah.
mouth long enough that it's back warm enough to be liquid again.
Oh,
No, I'm known for being a I don't know what the word is, but with my desserts,
Scoffer.
I'm a scoffer. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even let the dessert touch my tongue.
Yeah.
It's gone. But
How do you taste it then?
well, I'm exaggerating. It obviously has to touch my tongue to get down. But like, I'm not holding it in my mouth.
This is a tube straight down. Let's get it
I'm
in.
like a what's it called? Like a
Pelican.
Pelican. Yeah. That's
Pelican? Yeah, yeah.
That's how I eat. But no, I sort of I'm a fast dessert.
We
eater.
need Bailey to make that a clip.
I didn't even
Yeah,
really
he
do
always
it.
does me dirty. Now it's your turn.
Alright.
Clip it.
Alright.
All right then. So yeah, I think jelly's good,
Jelly,
but I also
yeah.
think because it's so low calorie, you can add little bits and pieces to it as well. Like
Yeah.
there's no real harm in that, right?
Yeah,
like you can
yeah.
add little things on top to it. You can always obviously add like fruits and stuff.
Yeah.
But then also, if you want to chuck a few Smarties or something on there, that's not the end of the world.
You know what? The funny story about jelly, like, you know how pretty much every, like, party as a kid you went to, there was frogs in a pond?
Yeah.
Yeah?
you
I didn't get it.
didn't get the joke.
No, I didn't, yeah.
Ah.
Like,
You don't know why they called it frogs in a pond?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't get it till recently. I didn't think about it as a kid. I was like, yeah, awesome. Like, there's
What
jelly
part
and
of that
chocolate. I'm going to eat that.
Oh wow.
I didn't think about it.
You didn't think of the jelly being the pond and
No.
the frog in it?
No.
Oh, God.
Not until recently when it came up. I was like, hey, hold on a sec.
Oh wow.
That's what it meant. That's why it's named that.
That's going to be hard to beat because I don't think I've ever.
Surely you just look at it and be like, oh, a frog in a pond, and then be like,
There's the frog part's right in your face. You
Depends how-
can see the
It
frog.
depends how deprived you are as a kid of sweet treats.
Were you actually not getting like
but if
Freddo
you're
frogs?
deprived of it, then you should be even more intrigued when you get this
you know
in
what
front
we
of
would
you.
do as kids? We would steal all in a fundraiser chocolates.
Yeah.
We would steal them all, and like your parents would just have to pay for them.
Oh, well, it's
That
not-
was- that was
they're
the
being
best.
paid. They're not.
They're being paid for.
They're not.
Not by
monopolies.
us. Not by
Yeah,
us
I
as
get
kids.
you, I get you.
Yeah.
Other snack ideas.
Yeah, Mads.
What's your go-to?
Oh my God, now I just can't think.
Do you want me to go first and you keep thinking?
I just don't know if I'm ever going to get there.
Fair enough.
I eat like a fair bit of Yo-Pro as a snack
Oh yeah, yep.
because like sometimes I'm lacking my protein. I'm like, it's not that high in calories. So I usually just have one of those and then like add fruit in.
Yep.
Otherwise,
You know what I really like from the yogurt range? The Chobani flips.
Yeah, they're good.
Yep. But only when they're on special.
Do they have like a lactose free or
I don't
dairy-free
think so.
version
Not
or
a flip
something?
version, no.
Yeah,
No.
that's what they need.
My go-to low-cal snack, if I'm trying to think about it, cyclones.
Oh yeah, icy poles in general.
Oh my God, I never
So
eat ice
easy.
balls. How do you eat ice balls in this weather? Like all I crave is chocolate.
Yeah, honestly, like, I've been smashing a lot of chocolate on the weekends.
Yeah, like all
Yeah.
I want in this weather
Yeah.
is just chocolate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I've actually always, like, I've never been, I don't
like
think till
those
this year.
cookies.
Are you?
Laters.
That,
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, we know where they went, Mads.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I went to come up and get
Can
one
I
and they
just
were all
point out
gone.
that those aren't going on the business card? I'm paying for them, and then I get here and
the
they're not
last
here.
The last two packets I put on the business
Yeah.
card.
Alright, good.
I bought
I was
them.
gonna say.
Well, I sent Mads to go shopping and she put them on the business card instead.
I could understand if like you like crave like a hot chocolate in winter because it's hot.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
have a hot chocolate every night, the Avalanche sugar-free ones.
There you go. There's your low carb
Yeah,
snack.
and then I put like 2 or 3 marshmallows in there. It's
Nice.
like 80 calories tops, and it's like
There you
curbs the chocolate craving.
Mm-hmm.
Add a sweetener in, so it's nice and sweet, and then I have the marshmallows that like melt.
Yep.
It's like a little treat in there.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
What about that?
Let's move on to what we found today, which Corey and I were just like
Bamboozled.
bamboozled. We were bamboozled.
I'm bamboozled.
Bring the prop, Corey.
It's
Get
not.
the prop
So
out.
this is not the first time I've been. I wouldn't say
Disgusted.
bamboozled. Disgusted is the
yeah.
word because the marketing is getting more dodgy than it's ever been, and
Yeah.
it's always been dodgy because you're
Always-
trying to sell
Yeah.
lollies, right? Or you're trying to sell a
Should we
a
tag
sugary
the
treat. They sometimes don't want to accept the fact that they're a sugary treat and they want to try and pretend like they're healthy. So, got these today. These are just the natural confectionery snakes, but they've got a new little branding thing on the side here which says 25% less sugar, bursting with fruit flavour. But then it says turnover. So there's more information around this like 25% less sugar claim. But before we even read that, like we know how to read packets. We do it as like it's part of being a PT. It's like knowing how to read these because they can be confusing. And so we
Understanding
think
a nutrition label.
we we know these tactics pretty well by now, right?
Yeah.
But this one was next level. So, like the first thing that we did is we looked at the normal natural confectionery ones on the Coles website, got the like picture of the back of it to compare the nutritional information. Okay, it says 25% less sugar. Like, is it actually 25% less sugar? And if it is, it therefore should be 25% less calories than the OG version, right? And it wasn't. Compared to the one without the 25% less sugar, it was literally 10 kilojoules less for 2 snakes, which is 2 calories less. So 1 calorie less per snake. They go, well, that's not going to be 25%. So what's the
Yeah.
what are they actually doing
What
here?
is the catch?
So we had a look at the differences, and there was like barely anything. And just for context, like this is not a low-calorie snack because two snakes
It's 100.
Two snakes is 349 kilojoules, which off the top of my head is about 160
60
calories,
plus.
right? So a snake is about 70 to 80 calories just for one. Not a low-calorie snack.
Well, mostly because no one eats one.
No, you can't stop at
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
And
and
most people eat 6.
exactly
At
right.
6
So,
to 8.
Yeah.
so if you're having 6 snakes, you're looking at like 450 calories. It's like a meal.
Yeah, that's
at
a
that
meal.
stage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then when you actually, so we're like trying to do the math in our head. How does this make sense? This 25% less sugar. Have they used some sort of sweetener in there? Couldn't find it, and then did the actual thing that says, which is turn over and over on the back. It actually has more information on what they're claiming, and it actually says 25% less sugar compared to the average amount of sugar present in leading candy jelly products.
Oh, so they're not even
They're not
saying
even-
that packet.
They're not saying this is 25% less sugar.
What?
They're just saying compared to some other product that's a similar category to this, it's
Just
25
pick
less.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
That is
What
disgusting.
the?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so dodgy.
Yeah.
Like,
How
And
is
they're
that
not-
even
they're-
getting past marketing? Like,
They're not
to
breaking
allow
any
that?
rules by doing that, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a little disclaimer on the
yeah,
back.
on the back,
Yeah.
like they have the claim on the front, but then
Yeah.
the clarity comes on the back of the packet. But then, like, you know, who's looking at that?
And we are furious. If you can watch the video right now, my arms are crossed.
Yeah, I'm crossing mine too. We did like a thing on Milo recently because Milo
Yeah,
tried
Milo
this
did
bullshit
the
with like
same.
high
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah.
But what they'd done is they played around with like what a serving size is on the high protein one, so that it was an extra scoop.
Yeah.
And also they changed it so that it was a different type of milk to what the normal Milo would use. So like the actual Milo itself was like an extra 0.5 of a gram, but the packaging had made it out like it was like an extra 6 grams of protein per serve. But they changed the serve, and they changed the type of milk they used and the amount of milk they'd used to make it that. When, you know, we all, like, we know that most of the protein that comes from Milo is not coming from Milo, it's coming from the milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could just drink milk and get the same
You
amount of
will get the
protein,
same amount of
right? You get
protein,
the
yeah.
exact same amount. So,
Just don't get that little goodness.
yeah. But
Fuming.
Just-
Are there any
Milo's
other
fi-
brands that we
anything's
want to
fine.
call out?
snakes are fine, Milo's fine. We're not against people having those things,
No,
right?
no,
We
no.
have them
They're
ourselves.
delicious.
I think don't be tricked into thinking they're good for you, or not even that. Don't be
Better.
tricked.
Better
Yeah,
for
into
you than
thinking
some,
they're
the same
than something
thing.
else. Really understand what the actual calories are that's in them, and the best way to do that is obviously to track. And we get most of our clients to use MyFitnessPal so that they can understand what's in what food, and then also what that should start educating people on is like how to read a nutrition label and understand what a good amount of protein is per item. Like the amounts of protein you need to put into a product to call it a high protein product is disgustingly low. It's 5 grams per serve, which like is
Most
not enough protein. Like
foods
a good
just
yeah.
freaking are 5 grams per
Exactly.
serve.
Most yeah.
Without them having
Most
added
whole foods
protein.
that we associate with protein are like well over that. For
Yeah.
example, what's chicken? Chicken breast is what 30 grams per 100 grams.
Yeah.
So 30%, yeah, like is the amount of grams of
Yeah.
protein you're
Like,
gonna get.
2
That's
bites
high.
of chicken would
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah.
1 bite probably gets you 6 grams right there,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
A single
yeah.
bite of chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's lots of products out there on the market at the moment that claim to be high protein, but you know, and they're allowed to do that as long as there's more than 5 grams
Yeah.
in it. So just make sure you're like reading the actual packet, you're
Well,
understanding
reading the proper
packet,
part of the packet,
yeah,
right?
reading the nutrition panel and understanding per serve how many grams of protein am I actually getting, but also per serve how many calories am I getting, because that really determines whether or not that snack is a healthy snack for you or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're getting an adequate amount of protein for the amount of calories you're giving up,
Yeah.
right? That's the trade-off you're making.
Because, yeah, you can get something with like 20 grams of protein, but ends up being like 300 calories, like, well,
Yeah.
for like one snack or something.
And also, like, I think one little last thing, like, I'll jump off camera real quick. Like, I'm a big fan. Again, I'm not on a low calorie diet right now, right?
Yeah.
If anything, I'm trying to sort of maintain like a higher weight, like for me. So my calories are higher, and so I sort of seek out things that are a little bit higher in calories sometimes. And so one of them at the moment that I'm sort of drinking is like a Dare Ice Mocha, and they've got the 2 different sizes. I'll grab the size now that I've got.
We wish.
I would shit myself.
Yeah, literally. I wouldn't be
I'm
able to shit
obviously
for
not
3 days.
lactose intolerant because I can drink this just fine. So this is 750 ml. They also have like the 500 ml one, I think.
Yeah.
But another thing about serving sizes is like you would assume that okay, it's one bottle, therefore you're going to assume that's one serving size, right? So if you weren't to look at the top part of the nutritional information, you just assume that per serving, okay, that's 920 kilojoules. That's like 250 calories or something around those lines, right? But this is 3 servings. So what they're telling you is that you have to split this out across 3 separate meals, like with 3 separate snacks, right? So you have this much, chuck it away for a few hours. Then you have this much, and then you have the final third.
Yeah.
So the actual bottle, because it's 3 serves, you got to times it by 3, which means that this is now 2,760 kilojoules, which is what 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. It's about 700 calories
Jesus.
in that bottle, right? You also have to be aware of how many servings is actually in the thing because like with snakes, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, it tells you it's 2 snakes. Or obviously you might have more than that, but you can just go, okay, I had 4, so I had 2 servings.
Yeah.
But things like drink bottles,
We're
like
making an
drinks,
assumption, like
you make
especially if
assumptions.
it's something you've got to keep cold, you're probably going to consume it all at the same time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you can
You're
around.
not going to servo, picking up iced coffee and
For 3
spreading it
days.
out, having it over 3 days. At least I hope not.
But at the same
Sometimes.
time,
Yeah.
like
It's
for
my-
most people, 750 ml of milk, you probably want to spread that out across
Yeah,
that many
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
my stomach can handle it. So, things like that can be a bit tricky as well.
Yeah.
Because you
Serving
assume,
sizes
you
to look
know,
out for.
you look. That's why we always say like you just look at the back of
Yeah.
look at the back of the packet because you can't ever assume that a serving is
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're dodgy with that as well. Like I used to have this protein bar, which, you know, in actuality, it was a pretty good protein bar. Like it was low carb. The brand was HPLC, and they did protein bars that were like, I think 40 grams of protein in them, so packed full of them. But same thing, it's just a protein bar, but it said on the back like this is 2 servings. So you're supposed to eat half a protein bar. Like it's just. It's not so much dodgy as it is you're not thinking how the average person thinks when they grab food, right? Like, oh, that's a serve.
Yeah. It's almost like the regulation around food labeling needs to move now towards. I mean, we hope it eventually moves towards a situation where we're like, all right, let's take the average consumer into consideration when we're like putting these labels and put it back on the manufacturers to say, hey, hold on a second. The product you're actually putting out needs to be labelled correctly as to make the assumption as to what the consumer would actually do. Right? Would they consume
think?
all 3 servings at once? Sick. Well, now you have to make that 1 serving, and now that is a very unhealthy product. That's probably not getting your 5 stars, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Probably won't happen.
I would
That's
say
not going to make money, is it?
No.
well, I mean, if everyone has to abide by the same rules, then
Yeah, it kind of evens it out.
at the very least, it either doesn't affect their money or they're forced to make better serving sizes for their products, right?
Yeah.
Like more.
Everything would be smaller.
Yeah.
Everything should be smaller, I think.
I think an important
You can't
caveat,
change that now, though, right? Like
it's just a lot of work to do, right? Like,
But even then, like people are just conditioned, like to think that you
That's
just
the
drink
serve,
that normally, all in
Yeah.
one go, and that's fine.
But that happens over decades, right? Like products of food have been getting bigger. They've also been getting way more expensive, but like, you know, what should a packet of chips size be? Like, we just kind of decided that it could be small. Well, you could, but there might be an uproar, but also like...
What? Like we get your packets and we're like, we've just bought like air because there's nothing in them in comparison
it's
to
like
what
that
we
for a
used
reason.
to. Huh?
There's air in there for a reason.
Well, obviously that, but like the amount of chips that I used to get when I was like a kid.
No, I reckon this is a perception shift.
No.
Don't you reckon?
Pringles, they have like
Gotten smaller?
So
or
much
have you
smaller.
gotten bigger as a human?
yeah. Because when you were a kid, that bag would have looked huge, I'm sure.
Yeah. That was a massive can for you. You were like holding that up against your head like, oh my god, look at this can, it's huge.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, whatever. Like,
no.
yeah.
There are things they just don't fill them
Like
up.
everyone
It's
says that
so
about what
slow.
Big Macs, isn't it? Isn't that the other thing that
Yeah. Look, the fact that they brought out like a Mega Mac and like a larger size Big Mac means they probably did make those smaller over
Slightly
time.
smaller,
But
yeah.
again, like,
Probably
I
not a
think
bad thing.
you would hope that, that probably makes it a more reasonable total calories for a meal. But also, like, if it means that people go, oh, this is small now, I'm going to order 2 of them. That kind of defeats the purpose, right? So, but anyway, it's not about, I think, food companies changing a whole lot. It's more about, like, learning what a good portion size is and what a portion size should be, and having that more clearly labelled, I think.
Yeah. I think important caveat that we probably should wrap this up with is that...
What did you just say?
Caveat? I don't know. I don't know English words.
Caveat.
My parents didn't speak English when I grew up, so I didn't get to learn all the words like you guys did.
Well, you did a good job of throwing that word out there.
Yeah, sometimes I say a word and I'm actually not sure if I'm saying it right, but I'm brave.
Yeah.
And I'll say it
Well,
anyway.
if you say it with confidence, no one
You say it with
will question
confidence, yeah.
You said it with confidence, but I still questioned you.
You questioned yourself.
No, I questioned you.
Anyway, is that we should make it an important point of why we talk about calories and don't focus on other things that are used as essentially ways to indicate good health on products. So what I'm getting at here is that, like, a lot of brands will use all natural, they'll use preservative free, they'll use vegan, they'll use low sugar, they'll X, Y, and Z. And all of these are great marketing tactics, and yes, maybe they're slightly better for you than other ways of getting your calories in, but in the end, what matters most is your total calorie consumption over the day, over the week, and accumulated over your lifetime, because that is the biggest indicator of mortality, is that how much adipose tissue you actually end up having is really due to calorie balance, and that's more important, like, than it being preservative free or it being, no artificial sweeteners, blah, blah, blah.
Because you could eat 10, like, as much as that as you wanted, yet you're accumulating, like, 3,000 calories a day.
Yeah. And another thing I like to always remember is that dosage makes the poison, right? And I've heard it from a few coaches, I've heard it on a few podcasts I listen to, but it's a really important point to make when it comes to making sure we're not too scared of items that have had a bit of fear mongering around them. Like the main thing being like low sugar and no sugar items have had a lot of fear mongering around them because they've got like artificial sweeteners in them, and potentially if the dosage of those artificial sweeteners is really high, they could have a net negative effect on your health. But you'd have to be literally just drinking Diet Coke and smashing like 20-30 cans a day that it maybe be an effect on your body, right? So the dose makes a difference. If you're substituting out your Diet Coke, your Coke for a Diet Coke, that's a net positive effect on your health because you're consuming less calories.